Good morning. How's everybody today? Hope you're doing well. Thought I'd do a bit of hedge cutting. Why does one need a chainsaw to cut the hedge? Because it's so thick and tall, I can't keep it under control anymore. So a friend of mine has one. I asked him yesterday to borrow it. He said I could. So I have a theory. And I'm going to try to cut the top of the hedge and bring it down only in one place. It's about 20 feet. It's just got out of control. It's gone crazy growing. And if I don't get it under control now, before the summer and the rain really comes, then I'm not going to be able to get it under control. So I thought I'm going to get it down so I can keep it under control. And I have to go buy some shears because the ones I had were terrible. I want the homemade ones from the knife village. So I'm going to go get that. Maybe tomorrow or a couple days from now, but I need to get one desperately because otherwise I can't keep it under control. And the rain's coming, so when the rain really comes, it brings all the nutrients and water. And the hedge, you have to cut it at least once a week for maybe 2-3 months. It's crazy, it just goes nuts. But it's definitely looking nice now. It's nice and green. Let's have a look. This is the front gate. If you look above the gate, you'll see the above the gate there. See all the flowers? Really looking pretty now. That time of year, you even see the flowers in the hedge coming out. Good evening, guys. How's it going? Better now after a good old shower. I went off to Bapahan to get some money. The closest ATM nowadays is in Bapahan, which is about 11 kilometers from here. So I went to the ATM, got some money, went to the shop, got a few things, some milk for a cup of tea, and had a nose around. I haven't been to Bapahan for a while. Normally I just go right on to a Utia, but I'm trying to stay away. So you know, I cut my arm this morning. Look at that. It's more of a bash than a cut. I was cutting a big old branch down, and I stayed away from it. But as it come down, it twisted, and it was trying to hit my head. So I put my arm up to block it, and I got a good old gash. Not deep, it's just surface stuff. It's more of a bruise, but it hit hard enough to cut the skin. So it'll be all right in a few days. I just washed it and put some spray some alcohol on it, kill all the germs, and it's been fine since. So what about stuck in Thailand? Well, I had a flight booked for April the 7th to go back to the UK to visit my mom for her birthday and sort out some stuff that I have there. And I got a notification from Thai Airways the other day that they canceled my flight and rescheduled me. So I thought, okay, no problem. I was supposed to leave on the 7th, but then they booked it, they changed it to the 8th. And the return flight, which was the 28th of April, was the same. But as you know, the bug has got worse and worse and worse everywhere. So I got back this afternoon, checked my email, and sure enough, I got 2 emails. One to cancel the flight going out and one to cancel the flight coming back. They've actually stopped. Thai Airways said they stopped flying for 2 months. So they're going to start flying again in May sometime, I guess. But for now, there's no more flights. I actually spoke to a friend who flew here about 10 days ago, and there's 18 people on that flight. So looks like everybody's canceling flights now. So no going back to the UK. I was going to go see some friends, and one of the things I really wanted to do was have an English breakfast. You know, go to a greasy spoon and have an English breakfast. A greasy spoon, for those who don't know, is English slang for like a little tiny truck stop cafe. Not necessarily frilly, but just simple, a big cup of tea and good food by some grandma who's cooking or something, but that's not going to happen now. So the next thing is I was like, oh great, you've emailed me to say my flights are canceled, but you didn't tell me, is it rebooked or can I get my money back? So I had to ask somebody to call Thai Airways for me today, and spent almost an hour waiting for somebody to answer the phone. I don't know why you have people waiting for an hour, but anyway, we waited, and I have to pay for the phone call now. And the guy answered the phone, and he said, yes, I can confirm your flights are canceled. Do you want your money back? So he said, my friend said yes, and I got a reference number, and they said I'll have to wait up to 90 days to get my money back. But they said between 45 and 90 days I should get my money back, because there's a lot of people waiting for their money. So I'm going to wait almost 2 months to get my money back, which is fine. I'm not going anywhere, but the good thing is I can get my money back, and I don't know if I'm going to reschedule. I'll just leave it alone now. It's looks like things aren't going to get any better for a long time. They say at least a year before all this finally settles down. Crazy, huh? I had yesterday there was a guy in the village who had coronavirus. He went to a boxing match and didn't feel good when he left the boxing match, so he already had it, and sat there and gave it to however many other people. But apparently he's a driver for somebody. He's like an official driver for somebody. So when he got back here to the village, he went to the hospital. They tested him. I don't know all the intimate details, but he was tested positive and he was sent to Bangkok. So, but apparently he went to the local market on Wednesday, which was yesterday. Not cool, but that's the talk of the village at the moment. But in the meantime, I'll be here. So tomorrow, if my arm's okay, it's a little bit sore, bruised inside, but I think it'll be okay. I'm going to get the trimmer out and start going around trimming the weeds and stuff, because I've had 2 good rains, which means now all the weeds are growing everywhere. So I'll just potter around cutting all the weeds in the morning, and then what's tomorrow, Thursday? Then Friday I'll probably go around with some scissors and get it all out the bushes, and then I think Saturday I might wander down the road and get some more cement, then I can get back on with the waterfall. I think my next project with the waterfall is to do all the plumbing on the back side, and then I'll build the house for the pump. I got the pump already, so we're under control. Everything's doing good. Just gotta, now that the rain started, gotta get the garden back under control, and then I can get back on with the waterfall. Actually, it's good to have this project, because you know, normally I like stay here 2 or 3 days and then go somewhere for some lunch and have a nose around and then come back, stay here 2 or 3 days. But tomorrow they're starting a curfew. So after 8 o'clock at night you have to stay in, and you can't go back out till 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, that doesn't really affect me, because I'm usually home by 5 o'clock, because Sugar wants her dinner, the birds want their dinner, and need to water the garden almost every day because it's so hot. Certain plants anyway. So, and then Kevin's not awake at 5 in the morning. I can tell you that. So it doesn't really affect me. Apparently the next project is they're gonna, I'm not sure, but they're talking about roadblocks to check and say, like, why are you driving, and you need to have certain forms and stuff. So I don't know if that's within each province. And that's not confirmed, but that's just what I heard, is that they're trying to stop people from moving from one place to another. So I don't know if it's provincial, or you know, like within each province, or locally, or what. So, but you know, you're allowed to go to the bank, you're allowed to go buy food, and you're allowed to go to the hospital and doctor and things like that, but I just don't want you mingling. So I'm alright, I'm still out here minding my business. So I'm going to shut down and close off and say good night. Look after yourselves. Buckets of blessings. Rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. All the very best. Look after yourselves. Good night.